All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us on Tabletop Adventures. I'm so excited to have you here. My name is John. I'm going to be hosting, DMing, and playing these adventures for you. We're going to have a fantastic time. A little bit about myself. I've been DMing for a number of years. As much as I enjoy playing the game, I enjoy creating the game. So it's a lot of fun to tell a story or to work out a certain character. That's what I really like to do. I also really like to make terrain. So I like to make the big cities and forests and oceans that we're going to be exploring. We're going to have a lot of fun together doing all those wonderful things. One of the things about this particular setup, it's in my garage. So the lighting's really bad, the acoustics are really bad, my video editing skills are going to be really bad. But I promise you we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So if you just stick with me, we'll get through it. We'll work it out. If you like these videos and you share them with other people, the more the community grows, the more of you there are, the more of me you'll get. So we're going to have a great time, I promise you. So I have miniatures for every class and race combination available. I have plenty of dragons and giants and elementals and monsters in between. I have plenty of source material. We're going to be doing a lot of homebrew stuff, but a little bit of pre-cons mixed in. I want to be doing some Mario Kart races. That's another thing that I want to get to. I have plenty of epic encounters ready to go. I have all sorts of dungeons and buildings and all sorts of stuff so that we'll have plenty of content every week, something different, something amazing. So in my garage here, I have 4 6-foot tables connected together. And as you can see here, I have a massive town that I've constructed. But this is going to give us a great layout to do a lot of different dungeons, a lot of different terrain, as well as some pretty massive wars that we could fit out on this table. 2 sides clashing together. That's going to be a lot of fun to see. One of the fun things about being on YouTube is that I'm going to be able to see your comments as these videos come out. So if you want to talk to me about a certain character you'd like to see develop more, or turn the tide of the campaign into a different direction, you can write that in the comments. I'll be able to interact with you and we can facilitate that. The more of you there are, again, the more of me you're going to get. The more feedback I get from you, the more you can be part of the adventure. And I'm going to value that feedback, and I'm going to try and incorporate it into the campaign as we go. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking these videos. It's going to be really important to me. So the first campaign I'm going to do with you is going to be Pokemon meets Dungeons & Dragons. This particular Pokemon series is going to be called Pokemon Mithril and Obsidian. So we're going to meet the Mithril Pokemon, we're going to meet the Obsidian Pokemon, and we're going to go through an entire Pokemon, sort of like a video game, if you ever played one of the Pokemon video games. I am still in the process of making terrain for this game because we're going to be covering so many different areas, deserts, the Underdark, some oceans, and this is our main city that we're going to be in. I wanted to base it off of sort of like Baldur's Gate, where you have the lower city there in the background and the upper city here closer to me. And our adventurers are going to start over there and work their way. They're going to be battling gym champions, as long as NPCs along the way. They're going to be getting their items from stores. They're going to be visiting all different buildings and characters and lots of Pokemon. Okay, so in this back portion of the town here, we have our 3 main adventurers. We have the main guy, Slash. He's right there. We have his best friend, Christy, and his other best friend, Locke. So you got Slash, Christy, and Locke. If you get the little reference there, you know, these are the jokes, people. This is as good as it's going to get. They're going to venture their way through this town. They're going to meet the professor, who's going to give them their first Pokemon, and then away they go throughout the town. Along the way, they're going to meet Officer Penny and her crew, and the devilish Team Grot with their leader Giuseppe, who's right here, followed by Team Grot captains Jack and Jill, and of course the Team Grot characters who are going to be mixed in throughout the campaign, battling against our heroes, trying to deter them from advancing. If you ever played a Pokemon game before, you'll know that throughout the campaign there are going to be Pokeballs hidden across the map, and these are going to be great for our heroes to find. They're going to have certain items that are based strictly on Pokemon, other items that are based on Dungeons & Dragons to help them with their journey along the way. The first gym we're going to be going to is this Orc gym right here, where we'll get our first badge. I'm so excited to start this campaign. We're going to be battling all these Orcs with our Pokemon by our sides, and it's going to be a really fun adventure. I'm really excited, and I hope you guys have as much fun as I am. A couple of ways where I'm going to be mixing Dungeons & Dragons with Pokemon. The first being that when we walk through, let's say, the tall grass, we're going to have to do an investigation check where we'll roll our dice and check our character sheet. And if we have a high enough perception, then we'll be able to really encounter a Pokemon. With our character sheet, we'll be able to carry a number of Dungeons & Dragons equipment, such as lockpicks and rope and shovels and whatever else we need for our campaign, but also Pokeballs and healing potions and TMs and that sort of thing. So when we have a Pokemon in our grasp and we're ready to throw our Pokeball, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d6. On a 1 and 2, our Pokemon is going to break out. On a 2 and 3, the Pokeball is going to do that little shaking thing that it likes to do, and we'll re-roll. And then on a 5 or 6, it will actually capture that Pokemon, and we'll have it so that we can add it to our party. Throughout the campaign, we're going to be meeting lots of NPCs. We're going to be battling the Grots and Team Grot. We're going to have lots of encounters with them so that our actual characters can grow as Dungeons & Dragons characters, but also our Pokemon can grow as well, so they can level up and they can evolve. I promise you lots of action, lots of Pokemon battles with plenty of sound effects and visual effects. It's going to be a fantastic adventure, and I thank you so much for watching, so much for liking these videos, and so sharing them with everybody you know.